everyone, my name is Nguyễn Ngọc Minh. I'm a student of class 4IBC at Genesis School. In IBC, I really like the topic, our amazing brain. Do you know that it only weighs only 2% of our body, which means 2 over 100%, that is a big number, and it is the most complicated part in our body too. The answer is the brain, our amazing brain. It has 20% energy in our body, which means that is very a lot. Also, it has 86 billion neurons in our body. The neurons is small things in our body that help us to remember things. It also helps us to remember. We have long-term memory and short-term memory. A long-term memory is things that we remember in our brain, like 1 plus 1 equals 2, and 3 plus 3 equals 6. That's very easy to remember, so it is a long-term memory. You can even smile as you remember your mother's name. That's a long-term memory. Short-term memory is maybe your friend is telling you to bring him candy, but when you come home, your mind is blown. You didn't even remember a thing he said. So next day, he will be angry for you because you didn't bring him candy. That is a very funny experience. So that is called a short-term memory. Also, we have sapiens. That is things that we use to remember. The sapiens have a chemical. They put it to each other, and the last one comes to the brain and bring us the memory we need to remember. I have 4 parts today, so I will talk. It is the 3 brains in 1, 2 the studying the brain, 3 maintain the brain, and 4 conclusion. I am going to talk about the first one, okay? 3 brains in 1. The first brain is the brainstem. We have the lizard brain. Scientists call it the lizard brain because it acts like a lizard. It helps us with a heartbeat every time we do things. Even when we sleep, our heart still beats, beat. Also, it controls our body parts. If you are moving your hand, the brainstem is controlling the movement too. We also have the cerebellum. The cerebellum is controlling muscle movement. You move around with your muscle, you dance, also things too. You have practice. If I'm playing the piano, I need to practice to make the movement smooth. I not make any mistake, and that makes practice. Practice makes perfect. It has the cerebrum too. Young, and it helps us ignore. If you are doing your homework and there are kids running outside, your cerebrum help you ignore them. You will do your homework and focus and never learn anything about them. Also, it helps us the largest part in our body. It has 85% in our body, in our brain, and it's the largest part in our brain too, in the weight. In our brain, if you can see, there are 2 halves called hemisphere. We have the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. The left hemisphere control the math, speech. If you are good at math and speech, you may be the good one at the left brain. But me, I'm very good at skills. I know how to play the piano, and that's why I'm good at the right brain. 2. Studying the brain. Scientists were always curious when they heard the story Phineas Gage. He had this accident when he is 1848. He is injured in that year. The experiment, a pole, a very long pole, 3 meters shot through his head. It goes through his head like this, and he is blind. Also, there were parts of the brain that he is missing, but he didn't die. He changed his personality. At first, he is nice, calm, saying happy, always happy, saying hello. But after the accident, he is rude, thoughtless, and stubborn. His friends call him no longer Gage, because his personality is so different. We also have the brain. The brain here we have 4 parts. It is the parietal lobe. It helps us with movement and recognition. If you are moving around and recognizing things, then maybe your parietal lobe. Also, we have the frontal lobe. It helps us with solving problems. If I am solving a problem which is very hard, I might be using the frontal lobe. The attention and speaking emotion might be a front of the lobe too. We have the occipital lobe, which is vision and shape recognition. You can look around and you can see everything in your eyes. Also, we have temporal lobe. Temporal lobe is good at hearing, memory, and understanding speech. The speech of that is different from other speech too. 3. Maintain your brain. Your brain needs practice and protecting. Training your brain is good too. If you are not good at solving problems and doing games, you might do the games that you are not good at. This helps your brain to grow, making new advice for your future. Also, you can eat blueberries, eat something healthy like vegetables and fruits. That is very good. Take enough sleep, like 9 hours a day. Protect your brain. You can do exercise to good for your brain too. Wear a helmet to protect. If you are on a 2 feet or 3 feet tall a building, if you fall down, you will crack your brain or bruise your brain. That's never good. And if your brain don't have oxygen, your brain will die in 3 minutes. Also, in conclusion, I think that the brain is super important. Protect your brain so your brain could come for many years to come. I have finished my video by now, but I really want to, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments so I can answer you and I can know more about the brain. Thank you for listening.